Exclusive, the Department of Homeland Security is being pressured into making Prince Harry's visa application public. Trending related articles: Prince Harry's right to privacy will be put on trial today, and it's predicted both he and Meghan Markle are likely worried about the pending verdict. Harry's U.S. visa is to be addressed, as to whether or not he was truthful during the application process. There's a section that asks about drug use, even if in the past, and the applicant is expected to check either yes or no. The conservative think tank, the Heritage Foundation, is demanding Harry's application be made public, to reveal his answers, because of his self-proclaimed drug use, which he wrote about in his 2023 memoir Spare. Daily Express US reached out to royal expert Tom Quinn, who said Harry could be in big trouble with this visa issue. He added, he is so used to living in a world where the normal rules don't apply to him because he's a member of the royal family, that it would not have occurred to him when he wrote his book that the revelations about drug taking could have any implication for his status in the United States. We are not going to know until the judge makes some kind of a decision, but Harry and Meghan will be having sleepless nights over this. Read more. Prince Harry playing with fire over U.S. citizenship comments. The purpose of the case is not to decide whether or not Harry can stay in the U.S., it's to determine whether or not the Department of Homeland Security is obliged to reveal the answers he provided in his visa application. Niall Gardner, director of the Margaret Thatcher Center for Freedom at the Heritage Foundation, said of the case, we at the Heritage Foundation have sued the Department of Homeland Security for the release of those records because they have refused to operate in a transparent fashion. A visa application is considered confidential, similar to that of a person's medical records, but the Heritage Foundation claims Harry gave up those rights when talking about drug use in his 2023 memoir Spare, says attorney Christopher Melcher, speaking exclusively to Daily Express US. The case will be tried in Washington, D.C., and the judge presiding over the case will make that decision. In regards to Harry, Quinn said, he is definitely assuming that it was all so long ago that it is irrelevant except from a historical point of view. He added, because it is a matter of serious public interest, I wouldn't be surprised if publication of his original visa application is allowed, especially if it shows that Harry did not tick the box saying he had in the past taken drugs. Don't miss. Prince Harry's TV interview was swayed by outside influences, says PR and Royal. Latest: Prince Harry and Meghan Markle leaning heavily on their royal titles. Inside: Americans startled by royal family's representation of class, expert says. Analysis: the Heritage Foundation is convinced Harry is being shown special treatment, and that he was led into the country, possibly under false pretenses, if he did check no, when a non-royal would not be afforded the same treatment. It's being reported. And, if he did answer the question honestly, and checked yes, the conservative organization questions whether or not his visa application should have been approved. Quinn talked about the latter. It is possible that he did tick the box, and again because it's all a long time ago, assumed that it would not affect his application. He added, we are not going to know until the judge makes some kind of a decision, but Harry and Meghan will be having sleepless nights over this. Harry recently spoke to Good Morning America host, Will Reeve, about the considering U.S. citizenship. If that is something he is interested in pursuing, today's court case may play a role in the process. Quinn said of the two events and how they relate, even if he did admit that he has taken drugs, he's not necessarily better off. That could jeopardize his chance of American citizenship, I imagine, just as much as lying on his original visa application form. The royal expert shared his thoughts on the application and its content. If he has been economical with the truth, I won't be surprised, because being a royal and growing up in a world of almost endless deference has produced a prince who assumes that he can always pay people, in this case lawyers, to sort out his problems.